Welcome children. Namaste. I will take you to another session. Session 26. We are going to solve the third subdivision of second 2 of exercise 3.6. This is also a speed, distance and time sum. Okay, let us see how to solve it. Ruhi travels 300 kilometers to her home. How she travels? Partly by train and partly by bus. We don't know what is the distance she travels by bus and what is the distance she travels by train. That you have to find out first. Okay? Please register in your mind. She takes 4 hours when? If she travels 60 km by train and the remaining bus by bus. Okay? This is one situation. Second situation is if she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Okay. Find the speed of the train and the bus separately. Are you getting it? So we have to find out. Now can you tell me what is going to be your x and y first? It is the, yes, speed of the train and also speed of the bus. Correct? Because total distance is given. If you say that 60 kilometers she travels by train means, what is the rest of the distance? The rest of the distance is 240 kilometers. She has to travel by bus only. Correct? And similarly, 100 kilometers she travels by train means, the remaining distance 200 kilometers she has to travel by train only. Okay, so like that we can easily find out the total distance and the time is given. So what you have to find out ultimately? The speed. We all know STD triangle. Remember, I have taught you or I have told you about this STD triangle. S, T, D, we call it as STD triangle. Always speed multiplied by time gives you D. D divided by S gives you T. D divided by T gives you S. So this triangle we can name it as STD triangle. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to take the different speeds, or in other words, the speed of the bus and the speed of the train by X and Y. Are you understanding? So, I will take the speed of the bus. Speed of bus and the speed of train. Speed of train. Let the speed of bus be S and the speed of the. So, out of the total distance of 300 kilometers, she takes 60 kilometers by train, the journey by train, and the remaining what? 300 minus 60, which is equal to 240. So 240 kilometers she travels by bus and 60 kilometers by train. So from the STD triangle, you know, what is the time? We can calculate for both, isn't it? So let us first assume the speed of the train is equal to some x kilometers per hour. Speed of the bus is equal to y kilometers per hour. I can write like this. Okay. Now the distance here is 60 kilometers, whereas the distance here is 300 minus 60, which is 240 kilometers. Now what is the time taken? It is x and this is 240 by y. Here it is 60 plus x. Therefore, the equation is 60 by x plus 240 by y, and she has taken 4 hours. So that is equation 1. Right? Now the second situation. She travels 100 kilometers by train. Therefore, this is the first situation and this second situation is 100 by x. She travels by train. And this is the time taken. And here, what is the time taken? 300 minus 100 is 200 kilometers he travels by bus. So this is the time taken. Now what is the equation? 100 by x plus 200 by y. Total time taken is what? 4 hours and 10 minutes. How will you take 410 minutes as? You can convert the 10 minutes into an hour and add it, or you convert both the time in minutes. So that has to be the same, otherwise you will not get the correct answer. If you are taking in hours, you have to convert the 10 minutes into hours. So what is 10 minutes into hours is 10 divided by 60 of an hour, 4 1 by 6 hours. So if you don't do this correction, you will end up with wrong answers. Or you can even take minutes. So the final answer you should convert into hours and write. Generally the speed distance time is a higher unit, isn't it? So it's better to take it in hours only. Okay. So this is 4 hours. If you want to take it in minutes, 4 into 60, 240 minutes. And if you want to take it in minutes, the second equation becomes 250 minutes. So that is how the difference will come. Okay, are you understanding? So this becomes 4 hours. This becomes 4 1 by 6 of an hour. This is the equation. Now we have to balance the equation. How do we do that? Here if you notice, it can be easily cancelled by 4. Or you can even do it as it is also. There is nothing wrong in it. Now here 4 1 by 6 has to be converted into an improper fraction. Do the cross multiplication and things like that. Okay. Before that, there is a very simple substitution that you have to do. What is it? We have to take 1 by 6 is equal to some p, 1 by y is equal to some q. You have to write it like that. You are already aware of it. That is what we are going to do in this sum. This sum can be easily solved by a simple substitution. What is it? 1 by x is equal to p, 1 by y is equal to q. So you will get 60p plus 240q is equal to 4. We have done several sums of this type in question number 1. Okay, this 1 by x becomes p, all that. So here the second equation becomes 100p plus 200q is equal to 25 by 6. Okay. Now we can cancel 1/4 throughout. For all the 3 terms, 4 is the common factor. So it is 15 times p plus 60 times q is equal to 1. And here, if you cross multiply, this becomes what? 600p plus 1200q is equal to 25. Okay, I have just done cross multiplication. So it is like that. Okay, 6 into 200, 1200, 6 into 100, and there is 125. Now this can be cancelled by 25 itself, 125, and here it is 24. Correct? 24p, and then here 4 times 100, so 48q is equal to 1. So let us take this equation as 1, and 24p plus 48q is equal to 1 as equation 2. Now how can we solve it? We can just equate both the equations because both are equal to 1 only. So that way also we can solve it. But we will think of your familiar methods. Okay, how are we going to do? You tell me. So we have to either balance and cancel by taking the LCM, or you can go for simple substitution, or we can go for your formula. I think this sum will work very well with substitution. So I am going to do by substitution. How? I am going to take P is equal to, from the first equation I get 15p is equal to 1 minus 60q. Therefore, P is equal to 1 minus 60q by 15. So what have we to do? I have to substitute in the second equation. So if I substitute, I will get 24 into 1 minus 60q by 15 plus 48q is equal to 1. Now what have I to do? I have to balance. How do I balance? This 15 has to be taken to all the terms, and then we have to have the common denominator as 15. Correct? So if I do so, 24 minus 24 into 60 gives you 1440q plus 48 into q into 15 I have to get, and that is equal to 1. The common denominator is 15. Further, it requires simplification. So what is 48 into 15, children? It is 24 minus 1440q. 15 8s are 120, 12 carry over, 15 4s are 60, 60 plus 12 gives you 720q divided by 15 is equal to 1. But I am going to do the cross multiplication here and going to solve it. Balancing we got like this. So this you simplify. 24 minus 720q, on subtraction this becomes minus 720q by 15 equal to 1. By cross multiplying this equals 15. So minus 720q is equal to 15 minus 24 equal to minus 9. Therefore q is equal to, both the negatives will make it positive, 9 divided by 720, that gives you 1 by 80. That is q is equal to 1 by 80. Now what am I going to do? I am going to substitute in the first equation. What is the first equation? 60p plus 240q is equal to 4. So I am going to substitute this value. 60p plus 240 into 1 by 80 is equal to 4. On cancellation, this becomes 3. Therefore, 60p is equal to 4 minus 3 equals 1. So, p is equal to 1 by 60. Now, p and q are not the given variables. You are given the variables as x and y. So, how are you going to convert it? Here it is given 1 by x is equal to p. Therefore, your 1 by x is equal to 1 by 60 implies x is equal to 60 or 60 kilometers per hour. And here again 1 by y is equal to q. Therefore, 1 by y is equal to q means it is 1 by 80. Y is equal to 80 kilometers per hour. Now what is the original assumption? X is the speed of the bus and X is the speed of the train and Y is the speed of the bus. Therefore, we have to write the answer statements as the speed of the train is equal to 60 kilometers per hour and the speed of the bus is equal to 80 kilometers per hour. You please refer your starting point. What have we taken as x and y once again? Check once again. It is, we have taken the speed of the train as x. Therefore, it is equal to 60 kilometers per hour. And speed of the bus we took as y. Am I right? Have you cross-checked with your working? This is very essential even while doing sums. If you write it wrongly, you will lose marks. Therefore, once again you check. So, the speed of the bus is equal to 80 kilometers per hour. Now, How do we know the answer is right? Now 60 divided by 61. 240 divided by y. Y is equal to 83. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Correct. Your answer is right. You can substitute in the second equation. It is 10 by 6. If you substitute x as 60, 0, 0 cancels, 10 by 60. And if you substitute y is equal to this, then we will get 200 divided by 80. 80 cancels, 20 by 8, which is equal to 10 by 4. While adding, you get this value 25 by 6, which is equal to the second situation. So please always do a small rough work and then check for your values, and please be assured that it is the correct solution. Okay, shall we proceed further? With that, this chapter as per your textbook is over. I'll be giving you few more challenging sums, so that also you should practice. So different situations, how the word problems are categorized as time related sum, boat related sum, number related, then digit related sum. Like that we have got several categories. I will be giving you few more sums, word problems, and then we will finish this chapter and move on to the next. Till then, I wish you all the best.